Today in Ukraine, there is a problem of using hornbeam, the fourth largest hardwood species after oak and ash. Hornbeam is popular for landscaping, gardening. Wood is white-gray. In the sun turns yellow over time. When exposed to moisture, acquires a dirty gray color. All this determined the limited use of the hornbeam. One of the directions of some hornbeam physical and mechanical properties improvement, and accordingly expansion of its use sphere is modification under the influence of high temperature. The samples were treated at a temperature of 160, 190, and 220 degrees C. The holding time was 1, 10, and 20 hours. During thermomodification, the color and structure of the wood changes. To assess the color characteristics of wood, the samples were scanned, photographs were laid out on filters lab using the Photoshop program. The value of E, which characterizes the color of the obtained samples, was analyzed. With increasing processing parameters, the tone of the samples becomes darker. The color of the wood depends on the amount of pentasons, which can be determined by the content of furfural bromide bromate method. Such studies showed that the content of pentasons decreased by almost 2 to 4 times in samples treated with more stringent schedules. This is due to thermal instability and low molecular weight hemicelluloses compared to other wood polymers, cellulose, and lignin. Anatomical analysis of hornbeam would, after 20 hours of thermomodification at a temperature of 160 degrees C, showed that in the cell walls of vascular joints and fibrous elements increases the pore diameter and slightly decreases the thickness of the cell walls. Increasing the temperature of thermomodification to 190 degrees C leads to significant and irreversible changes in tissues. At thermomodification, at 220 degrees C against the background of the general darkening of fabrics, partial or full charring of organic matter is clearly visible. It is due to the destruction of hemicellulose that the resistance of thermomodified wood to the influence of biological destroyers increases. These changes have a positive effect on the equilibrium, humidity, and dimensional stability of thermomodified wood.